what microbiome efficiency, what is it, why is it important? And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. You know, what is it? Is it a buzzword? Is it here to stay? Are we ahead of the curve understanding what it is? And actually, Frida's going to share what it is, how we get it, or how we got it. I'm not sure. What do we know about it scientifically so far? And what can we do to improve our microbiome? And so it's exciting. Now, Frida Lynn, I've been friends with her for some time. And like I said, that's the first time I ever heard the word was from her lips. And I kept going, micro what? Never heard of it. So Frida started in her business as a nutritionist. And let me go back to the right place. She was born and raised in Taiwan and is very connected to her Chinese heritage. She likes to combine that heritage with the open spirit and generosity of America for those to be her living guiding principle. Now, she has been a skincare specialist for 24 years, but she was 30 years as a clinical nutritionist. And this is what I think is so interesting as you're listening to what Frida is sharing. She knows how it's supposed to go from the inside out and the outside in. It's kind of a unique combination of expertise. So she started with nutrition and then moved into healthcare and skin wellness. And she's a speaker and a skincare specialist. So let me introduce you to Frida Lynn, my friend, and I will be over on the Facebook page monitoring. Frida?
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for having me here and giving us the opportunity to actually share of what we love to do. So microbiome, it actually is over the internet. If you Google it, you're going to find a lot of information and sometimes even a little bit overwhelmed. So what is a microbiome? Microbiome is an ecosystem that consists of water, electrolyte, fatty acids, minerals, sebum, and good and bad bacteria. And they live over our body and in majority in our gut and also our skin. Of course, skin is our largest organ. So a lot of times when I share this with other people, people are always shocked because there are 43% of our body are human cells and 57% are bacteria. And we really did not know the importance of that until late 1990. The existence of that was established, and now we know how important the potential overwhelming impact that it is on human health. So I am really not an expert on microbiome because we are only on the tips of that. But I just love reading everything about it. So I'm just going to share with you a little bit of what I know about microbiome, okay? So microbiome is the bacterial flora in our body. So how do we get it? When we were born, when we were in our mother's womb, we actually are sterile. But we acquire the bacterial flora from our mother when we go through their birth channel, okay? And people go through C-section actually get different kind of bacteria. It actually recommended, if possible, you want to go do the vagina delivery because you help you to establish that bacterial flora. And then usually within a year, you kind of really establish the identity of your bacterial flora. It will continue to grow, it will continue to evolve. And then your gut bacterial identity actually is augmented through mother's milk. That's why we all know it's so good to breastfeeding the kids. Now we know why, because the bacterial floral. So that's how we get it. And it evolved as we continue to grow from the interactions with the environment. So what do we know so far? So we actually, sometimes people refer it to as the second brain because it's so closely regulated our body's function, our immune system, our digestive system, our mood, our skin.
You
Okay,
said it was, excuse me, you said it was a second what, dear?
we call it second brain, BRAIN, brain.
Oh, so the microbiome system is referred to sometimes as a second brain?
Second brain, yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so so first, it provide immunity, okay? It actually provide a physical barrier to invasive microbeads, and it is the foundation of the immune system. The second is the bacteria actually, the gut plays a very direct role in the synthesis of vitamin B3, B6, B12, and K. It produces that and feeds into our body. It also help with the absorption of the calcium and the iron. Our body also, the number three is about metabolism. Our body really do not have the ability to produce enzyme required to break down a lot of complicated nutrients. However, the gut bacteria do have the ability, and it is essential for proper digestion. Bacteria enable us to eat a diverse diet and receive a broad range of micronutrients and phytonutrients. So, for example, fiber, our body does not have an enzyme to digest it, but the microbeads, the gut bacteria can digest it and come out a lot of good nutrient for us. Number A, B, C, D, talking about, these are just some of the findings. In year 2009, Dr. Brown, okay, discovered that overweight people actually tend to have more of the type of microbeads that harvest energy from food and help the body to store fat. So it set a stage for weight gain. So it may be related to eating too much fat, sugar, and carbohydrate with little fiber. So so that's just one of the findings. Okay, inflammation. It actually plays a very important role in the development of various inflammatory disease, like irritable bowel disease, colitis. When the bacterial flora on your intestine lining is not healthy, it actually causes the inflammation. We also know about skin condition. Healthy microbiome help keep your skin healthy. It protects the skin from potential harmful substance and elements from the environment, such as viruses, microbeads, chemicals, UV radiation, and premature agents. So for instance, when people, they found people have too many of these pimple causing bacteria can lead to acne. The allergic skin condition eczema actually linked to another type of bacteria. So just a lot of things we really finding out related to the gut bacteria. Brain health, I mean, there's so many information out there. Autism, a new research by Dr. Brown also suggests a link between autism and decreased gut bacterial and diversity. And also people with Alzheimer's have also seems to have less microbeads there. So these are just some of the things, and you read also like oral health, also with the bacteria there, but it's so closely regulated. Sometimes, you know, we say my gut feeling, okay? We think it should be the brain, but actually it's the gut. Our brain tell us to do things, but our brain really rely on the bacteria in our gut to send a message for our brain to react. I saw one people talking about that, kind of saying that the bacteria is like a foot soldier going through your body and find out what's needed and send that information back to your brain, and your brain react. So it's really, really very, very important for our health, and we only know the tips of that. So, but what are the things we can do now to
Well, wait 1 second. I want to ask you a question.
yes,
So, what you're saying is that we're just now discovering, we know some things and we've seen some appreciable changes, but it's really the tip of the iceberg. What I want to know is, because I know that you're focused also on skin care, is microbiome, and I know you're getting ready to talk about what to do to help with that, and that's good. Um, is it something that we have to address internally and externally? Or are you
very
going
good.
to, okay,
So the bacteria is in our gut, over our body, okay, under our skin, right? So it's actually we are what we eat and what we put on our body, because the bacteria is inside your gut, and we need to feed them. We need to feed them right, and when they are healthy, it shows up the whole health of the body.
ah,
But also when we apply things on our skin, we now also knows it absorbs into our body. That's why I always say we are what we eat and what we put on our body.
okay.
Okay, so they actually have a study conducted using people from non-Western culture, that they are not used to our kind of diet, the processed food, also not the use of the personal care product. Okay, compare them to us, and they found they actually have maybe about 60,000 strands, species of the microbeads on their body, and the people in Western country have maybe about 40,000 species of that. The more diversified your bacterial flora is, the more stronger your immune system is. And even one statistic shows that people with a damaged skin, they can have as few as 8,000 species. So non-Western country, 60,000, Western country, 40,000, damaged skin, 8,000. It just shows you how important we want them to be healthy. Okay, and so the diet, processed food, right? The lifestyle, stressful lifestyle, sedentary lifestyle, the personal care product, because it has so many synthetic chemicals, have harsh preservatives and antibacterial ingredients in our personal care product. Okay, so what to do to help your microbeads? Um, Microbiome, okay, um, eat healthy and stay hydrated. Eat a diverse diet that rich in complex carbohydrate and fiber-rich food, like vegetables, fruits. They are rich in fiber. Remember, actually also the fiber is the food for the bacteria. So if you eat fiber, you feed the bacteria digest the fiber, come out more nutrient for your body. And it will feed, as I say, it will feed the helpful bacteria in your colon. It also will discourage the growth of some harmful ones. The second, there are food that are rich in probiotic, such as yogurt, pickled vegetables. And I know People also going for supplement with a prebiotic and probiotic. But it's not one fits all. People are different. So usually you need to refer to a doctor to use the right one. But if you don't have to rely on that, you can also do first with the food you're eating. The minimize the use of the hand sanitizer, that we all kind of know. For a period of time, it's like it's everywhere you want to use it. But now we know when you use that antibacterial sanitizer, not only it kill off the bad bacteria, it also kill off the good bacteria. So that's why we say minimize. Like if you're out about, you're in a public place, you don't want to have bad bacteria on your hand, you can do that. But when you come home or whatever, use the soap to wash your hands. So let's see, and also use some microbiome friendly skincare and body wash. As I mentioned earlier, it has some harmful synthetic in there, has the chemicals, has preservative there that can harm the health of the microbiome. So seek out those clean formulas. If you're going to put something in your body, eat healthy. If you're going to do something on your skin, select the right one to use it. Okay. Get enough sleep. So many studies there about sleeping for our health. Yeah, so I don't think I need to go any further with that. Find a stress management method to cope with your stress. We all have stress. You just need to find a way to ease that. Yoga, meditation, exercise. Find a way that you can stick to it. It does our body good.
So Frida, let me ask you a question. Tell me again what a microbead is. I know what microbiome is, but what is a microbead?
Microbead means the bacteria, the bacterial flora in that microbiome. Microbiome is the ecosystem, consists of virus, bacteria, microbeads in there. So it's referred to the whole bacteria, the pathogens in the bacteria in our body, the bacterial flora. Thank you for asking. So
sure. No, I want to make sure I understand, because it's a little more technical than we usually get into. Now, so what you're saying is what I'm hearing from you is good, sensible eating, rest, lack of, generally being very mindful and balanced, that you don't really need supplements to maintain the order, if you will, of microbiome, as long as you're eating carbohydrate-rich foods, right? Or do you say calcium?
Complex carbohydrate,
Okay.
like grains, multigrain, those are complex carbohydrate instead of simple carbohydrate. And complex carbohydrate usually have more fibers in there.
Okay.
And also fruits and vegetables. We know fruits and vegetable has a lot of nutrients, has a lot of vitamins and minerals. We also know there's phytonutrients and different things there. And they also have a lot of fiber. Now, we used to think fiber is good because it helps us to move the bowel, but it has more values there. Fiber actually feeds the good bacteria in our gut. If you don't eat fiber, you're starving your bacteria, okay? The good fiber is in there. So you eat the fiber and feeds to them, and they eat the prebiotic. In the process of doing that, they also turn into some great nutrient for our body to use.
Got it.
And so it's like now we kind of know something, but now we know it's like a big circle, how important it is to eat fiber-rich food. Okay.
Yes. And your true aura, which is the skin preparation, right, is the outside in. As we're looking ourselves to update or improve our skincare regimen, we want to be looking for microbiome sensitive or friendly now that we're aware of it. And just so you know, everybody, that Frida, you can reach out to Frida. I put her link for True Aura Beauty. I use the products myself. I'm very happy with them. Frida is 225 years old. Look at her, how gorgeous. She's in Guinness Book of World Records now. But seriously, you want to talk to Frida because she has the unique perspective of the nutrition and, you know, to understand all of this. But what I love is that I can put it on my face and it gets into my whole body, and I just love that.
So it's a microbiome friendly, and that means it's a clean formula. Okay, it does not have any ingredient that would harm the bacteria and also cause hormone disturbance. But also it's called microbiome friendly because it has the health of the microbiome in mind. So for example, the microbiome, the bacteria, the floral, the microbeads, I'm sorry, like to be in the pH value of 4.5 to 4.7. So that's why the microbiome friendly skincare, usually the pH value is closer to that range. And that brings the last one we're talking about is do exercise. We know so many important there, but one thing I read helped me is when you sweat, when you exercise, you sweat, and sweat is acidic, and the bacteria, the microbeads love that. Okay, so microbiome friendly, take that pH value in mind for that. Yeah.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so let me get back over here with you. Here we go. All right, everyone. Now I have transcribed a lot of what Frida has shared with us. Frida is going to come back around after we're done underneath and make sure that what I've said is accurate. She'll answer your questions. I recommend that you connect with her and get to know her. If you're local to the RDU, RTP, Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill area, she is always available to do wonderful lunch and learns for you. She'll come to your home or your office. She does know about these things. I've used her products for some time and can recommend them, and they are microbiome friendly. Frida, thank you so much. If there was one last thing that you would want to tell those who are listening, that you just have to let them know, what is it?
Okay, I believe that we really in control of our health, in control how we show up on this earth, and health is so important, and then we have a control over that. So knowing what is good for you and practice that.
Absolutely fantastic. Hey, everybody, thank you for your patience. This is Leslie Thomas Flowers. This was the first day of Mercury retrograde, and it did not disappoint. Just as we expected, we had about 30 minutes of electronic disruption, but no matter. The beauty of our technology is that this is recorded and held in the video section on the left side of One Woman's Voice. Educate yourself in a complimentary way by people like Frida, who are experts in their industry and want you to be your best self. See you next week, everybody.